Okay, we're finally live. After 1 hour, here we are. This Facebook Live will last about 30 minutes, and we're going to talk about less stress with meditation. And our special guest today is Carla Richman. Let me tell you,
Richmond.
Richman from Washington, D.C. area. My name is Ana Stephanie Munoz. I'm Guatemalan entrepreneur, transformational stress management coach, and I help my clients to live the life balance they're looking for. So if the sound is okay, please give us a like, comment below. I have taken into account all the recommendations from our audience to improve the sound, so please let me know if it's better. I'm currently testing this new app called StreamYard, so to see if it's working and everything. So let me know your comments. See if the sound is okay. If you listen to us, okay. How do you believe it is going on? So please, hi Jackson. Jackson is saying hi. So good to have you here. Anybody else that want to comment or perfect? We're getting likes and everything. So thanks a lot. So that's perfect. We're set. So Carla, what
Yes.
what that's a brief introduction. You are what I want to say is she's a meditation instructor from the Art of Living in the US. Her purpose on the planet is to see everyone speaking English throughout the world with a smile on their face and laughter in their hearts. So Carla, if you would like to share something else about yourself, please feel free to do it with our audience.
This has been a very interesting journey today. Today has been so very strange.
Okay.
And I just want to share because I'll be doing this in my mindset journey a little later tonight. But I think I've found that instead of the mindset, Murphy's Law, everything can go, anything that could go wrong. We should look at it as that could go right can go right. We may plan our lives, we may plan that things are going to happen. When I left my house to do the errand I had to do this afternoon before this, there was more than enough time to get there, get back, even have a little nosh, a little something to eat, and then go on live with you. But it didn't quite happen that way. And the reason I'm mentioning that now is because along with that, um, it's been quite interesting. Life, as I was driving home and stuck in traffic and thinking, why is all of this happening today? I thought, hey, I'm getting a great lesson in patience and trust and the fact that the world goes in the way it needs to go and not in the way that my small mind may think it needs to be. And that in itself is a gift to begin to understand that and to begin to actually experience it and find some joy in it. And then I got home and I wasn't too late, but then we had trouble getting this thing started. And I thought, well, it all falls into place. And it's really, I've been meditating for, I don't want to show my age, but it's really going to show. I've been meditating since 1971.
Wow.
And I've never missed, I had my moments where I changed my practice a little,
Hmm.
but it's been more or less a journey of learning patience,
Hmm.
learning how to deal with some people who may not be my cup of tea, and then dealing with people who are my cup of tea, and being very thankful for everyone who has come in my life.
That's right. That's
I
right.
don't know if I spoke more than you wanted me to do, but of course, this is the time I'm supposed to be talking. So I can't throw it back at you tonight at all.
Don't worry, it was perfect what you said. So thank you. Thank you for your words. I love them. And yeah, I completely agree with you. We all work on being more patient. And now, well, that you mentioned you've been meditating since 1971. That's amazing. Would you share with us benefits of what meditation has brought to your life and how it decreases the way you handle stress?
That's a long answer.
We don't have that much time, but if you can, like say what you believe are the most important things so people take into account, especially, our audience that they probably never meditate before. They're thinking about it. So what do you think would make them be convinced of doing it?
I started when I was very, very young. I had a friend who said, "You got to learn." Well, you know what? Let me go even a few years back. When I was in high school, we had this principal who was so awesome. Alan Gladhorn, he no longer is on the planet, but he taught a course called Humanities.
Wow.
And I wanted so much to be in that class. So I begged him, let me come. I was, just a freshman, and let me come in. And he said, okay, you can come. I got into the class. And I remember he had us read the book Siddhartha. I don't know if you've ever read it, but it's the book of Buddha and his journey to Buddhism, to tell the story short.
Oh, I know. Siddhartha is in Spanish.
So ever since that time, I wanted to find my own teacher. And when this friend told me about transcendental meditation, I thought, oh, great, here's my teacher. And what I've learned through the years is we have different teachers for different periods of our life and for what we want. And for a while, it was Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. And I have all respect for him. Please don't get me wrong. And then I met someone who I would say was not a true guru. And I got involved for a period of just a short period of time, and figured that out, and went back to transcendental meditation and Maharishi. And before I knew it, by the way, I was a teacher of TM.
Okay.
And I moved to Washington, D.C. in 1987 from Philadelphia. And when I moved, I don't know if I should tell this story, but I will because it's part of the story. When I moved, I, of course, was very involved with the Transcendental Meditation movement in DC. And I also was teaching autistic children at a private school. And I have a big mouth. And when I see something isn't right for a child, I make it very clear. And we got a new psychologist. And on the first day, I explained something about this child. And I said, you don't do certain things with him because it doesn't work with him.
Mhm.
And after explaining that to her, she went and did the exact opposite of what I had told her not to do.
Mm.
And I got so mad that I put it in writing. I said, you didn't listen to me. This child needs X, Y, and Z, and you did A, B, C.
Mhm.
And of course, he's going to be off all day. And I'm the one who has to deal with him because you're not in the classroom. That was the basic gist.
Mhm.
And later that day, the director called me and said, Carla, we know that you're a great teacher. We love having you, but we need to keep the psychologist. You know, it's hard to get one.
Mhm.
And I said, what are you telling me? And they said, well, you can make a choice. We give you until the end of the week. And you can either choose to stay and we'll need to fire you, or you can choose to leave. And they gave me an excellent severance package. And I thought about it. I told my parents were, don't leave, stay there. And I said, no, why? They don't want me there. Stay there. And I spoke to other people who said, oh, Carla, you should leave. And I thought about it and I said, okay. I gave them my letter of resignation.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, although I had this great severance package of leaving, it was unbelievable what they did for me. Um, I didn't know what to do. And I started, you know what? I'm going to start a program for children to help children who have mental problems or special need problems, because I was a special ed teacher. Help parents deal with it so they are more in tune with their child and their child is more in tune with them.
Mhm.
And this brought me to meet some very, very dear friends of mine
Mhm.
who knew Sri Sri Ravi Shankar of the Art of Living program.
Mhm.
And apparently he was coming to visit us in Washington, D.C., Memorial Day weekend, 1989. And they sent, now you have to realize I was very strong about being a part of the Transcendental Meditation movement.
Yeah,
So,
you've been for almost 20 years there, so
right.
definitely.
And
Uh-huh.
they hadn't, and I didn't know, and these people were too at one point, and I didn't know what to do. And I called and I'd have these discussions with them, and I wanted to meet the guy. And
Mhm.
I couldn't take the course because my parents were there that weekend.
Mhm.
So I thought, I'm off the hook. They invited me to come meet him the first night of the course.
Mhm.
And he invited me to his program. And I said, I can't come. The course has already started. I thought I was scot free. He said, no, I'm the teacher. I can tell you if you can come or not. And everyone's laughing. And, I started something in the room. And I said, but I have some other plans. And he said, we'll talk about that later. But the course goes from such and such time to 5 p.m. and you need to be there the whole time. And I said, no, I have to leave at 3:30
Mhm.
p.m. And no late. And actually, I asked for 3 o'clock in the beginning. And he said, no, that won't happen. Not 3 o'clock. Absolutely not. And I'm thinking, well, I can't take this course. Forget it.
Mhm.
And he went to his room after this group gathering, and I said, can I go talk I asked my friends if I could go talk to him, and they said, sure, go in, just walk in.
Mhm.
Boy, it's different now. You can't do that now. And I spoke to him about what was going on. And he said, no, just come and we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Mhm.
And that's how I got involved with Art of Living. I could keep telling the story. I don't know if I should. But what I found that meditation gave to me, I'm a pretty emotional person, and I admit to being emotional. But what meditation has done for me is that although I react emotionally, and it may seem like, oh, she's really upset, I am actually like, okay, that's going on. Let's move forward and let's do what we have to do and forget about the rest, which is what today was. Today, if anything could go wrong, it would. But what I realized, if anything could go right, it will too.
Exactly.
And it goes right because we don't have any control. We have control to a certain point, but things are going to happen how they may and how they must.
Mhm.
And the day happened.
Exactly. Exactly. What
Does
what
that
other
answer
benefits?
your question at all? Or
Yeah, I think that's an amazing benefit. What other benefits do you feel meditation brings to our life to handle stress better?
well, it gives us a knowledge of who we really are. I mean, we're not the body and we're not the mind. We're much beyond the mind and the body. We are, we're consciousness. What is consciousness? We talked about this on my show today.
Hmm.
Consciousness, we, you know, think about it. We all breathe in, we breathe out, our heart beats, our digestive system works, and all
Hmm.
this works without us doing a thing,
Hmm.
correct?
Correct.
But the truth is, this could be, if we wanted to say consciousness, everything. Let me take a step backwards. The breath or breathing, we couldn't be on this planet if we were not breathing.
Yeah.
Our heart could continue beating, our brain could continue working, but if we are not breathing, we're
Hmm.
not on the planet. We're either we're gone. And you're in Guatemala, I'm in Washington, D.C., and the air doesn't change because we're in two different cities or two different countries. We're all breathing in and breathing out, and it's the same air. And we're
Hmm.
all connected. And the more that we realize how connected we are, the more we begin to realize how the world works, that there's something beyond our little mind or our little brain that says, I want it to go this way, and if it doesn't go this way right now, I'm done with it.
Hmm.
There may be a reason why it's not going this way right now. And in order for it to go this way, we need to go through certain things to learn.
Hmm.
And
Exactly.
that's what meditation does. Meditation calms down your whole body, so your health is a lot better.
Hmm.
You foresee the world in a different way. Um, I mean, it does so much. I don't know if I answered the question or not, but
No, but that's amazing. I think that's great. I'm writing, a short summary on the comments so people know. And what I want to ask you is, do you think there are any downsides, like negative things about meditation? I had a friend that was asking, he's a doctor, he's a physician, and he was saying that he read some stories that transcendental meditation actually is not necessarily recommended for people that have anxiety and depression. So, and since you did transcendental meditation for such a long time, and you as well have been doing art of living for a long time as well, what is your experience on that? Like any side effects that you would say meditation can have, or it's more linked to the fact that if you have a condition, it's very important to have your physician's okay to practice meditation. How do you see that?
I don't know if you need your physician's okay as much as you need a really good teacher who is going to follow you very closely.
Mm,
Um, One problem that I've always had with any type of thing that you learn kind of long distance, or you learn with people who are not necessarily very present
mhm,
um, for you, and you can't ask questions because they're not here. They're in a different, country or a different place. Is that if you don't have someone following up very closely,
mhm,
then there's no reason, to do it once and then not do it again for 2 months because you don't see the person. Can, you know, there's no consistency.
mhm,
When we did, when I took my course with Art of Living, and by that, at that time, it wasn't even called Art of Living. Um, I remember Sri Sri looking at us and saying, well, you need to come and you need to do the Kriya once a week.
mhm,
And you do it regardless. And I was like, but we don't have a teacher here. And he took my friend Judson. There was going to be a teacher training course in California, and Judson went with him, and he took the course and became a teacher,
mhm,
and was always, at least in the beginning, very much in contact with Sri Sri. And that was important because he had the knowledge and the base to move us forward. Now,
definitely. Yeah. And it's key that you have the right teacher. I
right,
completely agree with you.
and you don't know the right teacher until you have done, until you've done it. I also believe that the quote right teacher
Hmm.
is someone is who teaches you. You can't be on a course unless you are called to that course or
Hmm.
you're inspired to take that meditation. How long that person is to be in your life, you really don't know.
Hmm.
My TM teacher was around the whole time that doing, I was at Penn State. But when
Hmm.
I left Penn State, he was no longer there. But I went back to Philadelphia. And in Philadelphia, there was a center. So I could, talk to people.
Hmm.
So it needs to be, I mean, that understanding really needs to be there.
Hmm. Oh, something
And
happened. Oh, there you go. Something happened with the sound. The last bit you said, the last few words, we couldn't hear.
you want me to remember my last few words?
Yeah, just the three words.
I don't know. I think it's just being very much. into, letting the process be what it is. And it will change by the moment.
Mhm.
I don't know how to explain it. I really don't.
No, I think that's a really good explanation, and I think the most important things. And I'm tagging. Wait, I can't hear you again. There's something going on with
I'm
your
not
sound.
talking.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you were talking. Sorry for that. No, my friend, I tag my friend because one of our viewers, Mara, I think it is. Yeah, Mara.
Hi,
Hi,
Mara.
thanks
Yeah,
for watching.
I saw her comment. I know
Yeah,
Mara.
she's asking for about the studies. So I tagged my friend, the one who questioned me, about it, that he read something about that. So it would be good so he can share that with us and we can comment on that, because at the end, there are so many studies about so many things. And exactly what you said is what I told him when he did the question, that first it was very important that if, for example, you suffer depression or a mental thing, you need to talk to your therapist,
Right.
psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever, and have the authorization, permission, whatever, to practice meditation. And then the second thing, to have a teacher, because you cannot just do it by yourself when you really don't know how it goes. And there's not only, and you know it better than me, it's not only, okay, I'm going to take 5 minutes from my time and I'm going to meditate. It's not that. When you take a meditation course, it's very, very deep, because you don't only learn the technique, you learn to get connected with your body and mind at the same time.
Right.
What you were
And
talking about consciousness.
and when you're talking about the release of stress, if you're feeling some illness in the body,
Hmm.
it affects the mind.
Hmm.
And when you're happy, it affects the body. The body feels expanded. So when we say that it's not working because of whatever reason,
Hmm.
you need to give your body a chance to grow and come into that knowledge. It
Hmm.
doesn't happen overnight. It happens, it's a slow, gradual practice.
And it takes practice, practice, practice. I mean, I'm still a student of meditation. Sometimes I manage to meditate, and sometimes I just let my thoughts pass by. So, I'm
But
compassionate.
that's meditation.
Yeah, I know, because
Thoughts are a part of meditation. And
because you're
people don't realize that. If you don't allow the thoughts to be there, you're actually lying to yourself because
exactly.
they are a part of it.
Hmm. You're right. You're right. I think it's been an amazing Facebook Live, and we're coming to an end. Our time is almost up. So I want to ask the audience if you have any more questions to Carla. Oh, Mara says, before starting any form of therapy, it's probably best to notify your personal physician so they can maintain
Absolutely.
awareness of all factors affecting one's health. Yeah, completely agree
That's,
with you.
yeah. And Mara, that's very important, especially for someone. If you're not sick and you're not being treated, you don't need to talk to a doctor about meditation. But if you are sick and you have something going on in your body, you
Mhm.
need to let your doctor know. It'll
Exactly.
help. But it may, release of stress and tension can change many things, and many things could happen.
Mhm.
Um, Let me give an example. When I was my last year that I was teaching in the DC public schools, I was meditating, and I was meditating very regularly. But I have to admit, I was getting bronchitis
Mm.
often, and it's in the chest. And there were things happening within the chest. My doctor knew I meditated.
Hmm.
I let him know. And I think that helped me get over it. But
Hmm.
unless I let the doctor know what I was doing, he wouldn't know what to do with me.
Exactly. And that's sometimes a problem. We don't tell everything that we're doing, so physicians don't have the whole story, and that's very important. So yeah,
Right.
yeah. I don't know if our audience has any more questions. Um, and I want to ask you, Carla, if you want to say something else to our amazing audience today.
Um, Tracy asked me to go out and make the world laugh. And I think that's something that is so important. We need more smiles and we need more laughter in the world. And until we see that, all the tension and stress is going to be there. The biggest the biggest antidepressant in the world, the most powerful one, is your smile. Ones are your smile and your laughter. If you're not smiling and laughing and you're always complaining, you'll go nowhere.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thanks so much, Carla. I'm so happy we were able to do this. I'm apologize again for the delay, but I think it was an amazing. I love your stories. How you told everything about going first on transcendental meditation and go to the art of living later on. Um, I'm going to put the link to the Art of Living. It's artofliving.com, right? .org.
.org. And if anyone's interested in laughter meditation, it's gigglefestuniversity.com.
First University.
Gigglefest University, all one word.com.
Okay, can you put it on the comments, please?
Yeah, I'll put it on right now.
Perfect, thank you. So for our audience, I want to thank you for staying with us. And Carla, it's been an honor to have you here today. Thanks so much for your time. Thanks so much for sharing so much knowledge about meditation and your stories about it. And I hope for all of you that don't meditate, you start soon because it really changes your life. It's completely different way of seeing life, a way of seeing yourself, and it's a very, very good tool to reduce your stress in your life. So thanks a lot.
What I have a question for you. How has meditation helped you? Because I know that you do meditation.
Well, for me, the way it has helped is being more focused, being able to rest, and not, like working my mind a lot, a lot, a lot. When I meditate, it's like I'm more present and I handle my emotions better. An explosive person. I get angry very easily. So when I'm completely there, aware and conscious, because I meditated that day in the morning, I handle things and situations and problems much better. So that's what I love about it.
Good.
My body more rested as well. So yeah. Okay, so thanks a lot. And we can comment. You can continue commenting. You can share this because this is a public Facebook Live. So you can share it with your contacts, with your friends, with all your people that you know. And as well, you can watch the replay. It's going to be there on my profile, but it's public. So please feel free to share it and to watch it anytime you like. So thanks, Carla,
Can
again.
I share it too, or will you send it to me in the chat?
I'll send it to you in the chat.
Good.
Okay. Thank you so much. And bye to everybody. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye.
Bye.